All right. Let's check in on little Cash Patel and see how he's doing as we enter his 5th month as director of the FBI, still perpetually with his bug eyes, looking as though he just realized that it wasn't just a fart. Headline: FBI silent as far-right podcaster demands Trump execution and Cash Patel torture. Oh, far-right Pennsylvania activist and podcaster has suggested that Donald Trump should be executed, and FBI Director Cash Patel and Deputy Director Dan Bongino, should both be tortured. In both cases, for failing to provide evidence in support of anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Wow, how long do you think this TikTok's going to stay up? Quote, Donald Trump, along with every other president since John F. Kennedy, is a traitor to their country, said Matthew Wackalick. Wakulik. He wrote on Twitter last month, this is just another example of why 95% of all federal government employees should be tried for treason and given the maximum penalty. Jesus Christ, this guy doesn't like people. Wackalick was angered by Trump's failure to declassify government files on the Israeli military's 1967 attack on a U.S. Navy ship, the USS Liberty, which was determined to have been a mistake. In May, he has a podcast called The Berm Pit, BERM, which he co-hosts with a former Marine. He responded to a Fox Business interview in which Patel and Bongino discussed the fate of Jeffrey Epstein, said that he died by suicide. He was angered because Patel and Bongino failed to say that Epstein was an agent of the Israeli intelligence services, and he advocated torture to get information or extract information from Patel and Bongino, whether it's waterboarding or sleep deprivation. He also advocated shooting Donald Trump's chief of staff, Susie Wiles. The FBI and the Department of Justice declined to comment. Wackalick, a Pittsburgh area resident who regularly disgorges violent anti-Semitic rhetoric, recalled in the most recent episode of his podcast that in 2020, during Trump's first term, Mr. Wackalick attended a rally in Richmond, Virginia, a state where he does not live, while armed with an AR-15 rifle that was meant to be a show of force to dissuade then Democratic-controlled state legislature from passing gun control measures. Days before the protest, he tweeted, "Your Second Amendment is under very serious attack in the great Commonwealth of Virginia. That's what happens when you vote for Democrats. They take your guns away." That's never happened. Wackalick recalled in a video posted to Twitter on May 29th that he and his militia showed up at the rally, armed, full body armor, AR-15s, and everything. He attributed the legislators' ultimate decision to vote down the gun control measures as a direct response to his armed show of force. Wow. Let's see. He's very angry about Jeffrey Epstein's black book that is under control of the director of the FBI, which is now Cash Patel. And that's the thing. I think President Trump should run on day one, roll out the black book. The book in which Donald Trump had an entire page dedicated to him. Jeffrey Epstein had something like 23 different phone numbers for Donald Trump. And this guy is calling for Donald Trump to be executed. He's calling for Susie Wiles to be executed. He is calling for Cash Patel to be physically tortured. He is calling for Dan Bongino to be physically tortured. Those are crimes. Those are crimes. And little Cash Patel and Danny Boing Boing and Pam Bondi have no comment. So imagine if Rachel Maddow said something like that. Yeah.